You can see her new series, Down Cemetery Road, on Apple TV. New episodes premiere each week. Everybody, give it up for Dame Emma Thompson. Rock and roll. Nice flower. Oh, wait. I'm going to sit last. I was like, you're a dame. I was waiting for you to sit
yes,
first.
That's right. That's correct.
You're a true lady.
On your knees.
You're a true lady.
Yes.
So, well, congrats on that, first of all. Just congrats on being you.
Thank you.
Yep. Congratulations.
You stop that now.
I don't think I've ever, I don't know if you've opened your card yet, but I literally just said thank you. Because you don't realize, like, how much of a part of people's lives you are. Because you're you, obviously, but like...
Because I'm old, actually.
No.
You know, you've all grown up with me.
No, that's actually not what I mean.
This is a young audience. Look at you.
No, I mean, I love a lot of your work. Like, so there's so much of your work, like, over years, and it's, I know I'm a singer, but it's still inspiring to me. Like, when I go in the zone when I'm singing, you've been such a hero of mine. Anyway, but congrats on the new series as well.
Thank you.
I want to say that, too. Tell everybody about it, because the first episode, a lot goes down.
A lot does go down. So, you know, I haven't done telly for a long, long time, but I love this writer, Mick Herron, because he's kind of, it's all a bit dark and grimy.
Yeah.
And I thought, ooh, time for a bit of grime in my 60s.
Like how people interact and they talk to each other.
Yeah, exactly. And it's sort of a very real world. And the thing I loved about the character I play is that a long time ago, she decided she didn't have to be a good girl.
Yeah.
Now, we all know what that means,
yes.
you know? There's lots of people in the audience going, yeah. You know, all those roles that you're told, yes, you're a good girl, you do your exams and you become a teacher. Well, that's very good. You've got a good job and then you go, you're a good wife, you're a good mother, you're a good girl. You're just being so good. And then you come to, at the age of, I don't know, 85 and think, what did I actually want all that time? I never asked myself what I wanted and I didn't know what I wanted. And I know a lot of women in that kind of situation. But Zoe, she just
Zoe don't care.
She don't care.
Zoe says whatever the hell she wants.
No, she does. She doesn't have to be polite. Yeah. She doesn't mind about being polite. She's very funny. She doesn't have to assuage her way around people around the world. She's very funny. Yeah. Sort of cynical, but in a good way. Yeah. But she's also keen on social justice, you know? She's keen on people getting their comeuppance if they've done something very bad, which I too have a penchant for. No, you've always been an activist. I feel like from a young age, right? Yeah. I don't know, I feel like where I grew up, it was always like kind of be in the corner, smile, don't have too much of an opinion, that kind of thing. So it's like, where did you get that from? Don't take too much space up. Yeah. And don't have opinions that might go against, just don't say anything. You know, just shut up, actually. You know, just keep quiet. But you're not like that. No, I'm not. Yeah. But I just mean, I feel like from a young age. It costs, because then, did you grow up, I mean, I grew up and then you get called bossy, or you get called mouthy, or you get called bitchy, just because you have expressed an opinion that is not that of a doormat, as Rebecca West, the great writer, once said. Yeah. And you still find that, it still exists, especially in the corridors of power. Yeah. You know, where women are fighting their way into, you know, it is very important that we get more and more women into power. Yeah. Now, because we are the ones who know what's needed, because we're always right at the cutting edge, at the coalface of life, you know, bringing up, just trying to survive in the patriarchy. How do we do it? I really don't know. But largely with humour. Yeah. And with grit and determination. And the less we can feel that we have to be this thing, this good girl thing, the better. The more we can say, what is it I really do feel about this situation, the better. Yeah. You know, being able to say no when someone wants you to do something you really don't want to do is hard. You know, all of these things are actually revolutionary actually. It seems so simple, doesn't it?
Oh, it took me forever to say no. Now it's my favorite word.
Exactly, it's a great word.
No. No. Yeah.
No.
This is kind of a...
No. You can say it in so many different ways. You know, you just practice it. Everyone all together now. No.
A good note is powerful, too. The show is set in London. I heard that you take the tube in London, and here's the thing. I know that you're like down to earth, whatever, but you're you.
Yes.
And so I picture you, and I don't picture you there because people would freak out.
No, not Londoners. Not Londoners, no. And also, don't forget, everyone on the tube is there.
I mean, that's
Everyone's
true. No one's even, especially
no one's
30
even,
and younger.
And maybe they'll look up and maybe they'll clock me. But of course, I don't look like this.
Oh, girl, I don't look like this. This ain't mine.
This is just like, none of this is, forget it. I'm in my overalls.
Yeah.
And maybe, you know, a pair of glasses, and nobody really notices. But if they do, they just go...
Oh, they're very polite.
Very polite.
Yeah.
I don't even say anything. They just go... Or they get up, and as they get up, they just go...
Yeah, that, by the way,
which is
totally
really
what
nice.
I would do.
It's really nice.
I wouldn't want to bother you, but like, you're so awesome, bye. And then just like run off,
Yeah.
No, it's just, you're such a huge actor. I just found that funny. I was like, just on the tube. Okay. All right, let's get to a couple commercials because I have gone off the rails.
We totally aren't. We haven't talked about anything we're supposed to talk about.
Not a bullet point. We're doing great.
Literally nothing. Let's go to a break quick before everything goes south. Jesus Christ.
That was a look at her new show, Down Cemetery Road. You can catch it on Apple TV. So the first episode is already out. We were just discussing it. So what do you hope people take away? Because I just, getting started, it makes me not trust people.
What do I want people to take away? I want people to take away a violent desire to watch the next one.
Yeah. Good answer, yes.
That's about it.
Yeah, it
because,
is like
you know,
it's
slow burn, and it gets very, very,
What
just
a
saying.
tease.
Just saying.
I haven't gotten there yet. I'm very much looking forward to it. But so your dad taught you to value language, which I think is beautiful, words, right?
Yes. Well, he was a man who came from a very poor family, didn't have much of an education, so was very self-taught.
Yeah.
And he loved language. And so when we were little, the phrase, you know, it was a sort of, you know, those little phrases that we use when we are not, the little bridges, yes. And he said, just don't say anything, leave the pause, because you don't need to fill it up with words that aren't expressing anything. Yeah. And I found it very useful because then you can have a conversation and leave
room for listening.
Pauses.
Yeah.
See what we're doing here?
I don't leave a lot of room for pausing. This is something
I think you're very good.
That I should work on, and I am working on. Yes, I do. But you know why? I get it. Sometimes it's a nervous thing for people.
For sure.
You make me nervous. That's you, okay?
Yeah.
That's your fault. And so when I get nervous, I'm like, oh my God, there can't be quiet. We have to fill the space.
That's right, but I think we all do that.
Yeah, all right. Well, I want to bring this up because I know you've probably spoken about it a lot, but you won an Oscar for writing the screenplay for Sense and Sensibility, but you said a failure led you there. And here's the thing. I think a lot of people think of you and all they see are successes.
Sure.
And they don't think about, and I think that's really important for younger people wanting to be in any artistic community or any business.
Yeah.
That you have to fail to learn, right?
Indeed.
Or you never know
as my dad used to say, if you can't fail, you can't do anything.
Yeah, you got to be brave enough, I guess. Yeah.
But if you fail and then you start again, then you learn. You always learn, and you nearly always get better. Whereas if you were always successful, how could you possibly learn anything? Yeah. That's the real dichotomy, isn't it? Because you think you want to be successful all the time, but if you were, it would fast become very dull. Mm-hmm. And you would just be doing the same thing, presumably.
Yeah.
So I had, I started in comedy. That's what I wanted to be, a comedian. And I did that for a living for quite a while.
Yeah.
And I wrote sketch comedy, and I wrote a sketch comedy show.
Yeah.
Which, it was kind of political. Actually, a lot of it was very political. I mean, the first sketch was about domestic violence, and I wrote about... Anyway, it sort of failed. It didn't hit right. Particularly male critics said this is all very man-hating. This is all very, because it was very feminist. I suppose it was regarded as such. It actually wasn't meant to be that, and it was shown here in America, but sort of in the middle of the night. You know, back in the day when there weren't 75 million channels and you could watch anything at any time. A producer, the woman who actually produced Spinal Tap, if you can believe, and it was working with Sidney Pollack at the time, saw my show and saw a sketch that I'd written about sexual ignorance, actually. I mean, do you see what I mean? It was sort of weird. But it was about it was about a young woman who, in Victorian times, comes back to her mother and talks about a strange cylindrical object that her husband is trying to introduce her to, that appears to be organic in his lap, and that moves but she doesn't know what it is, and she finds it a little bit disturbing. It's about the fact that she had not been told. And to this day, many, many women across countries, here and in other places, are not told about what happens. And if you don't know...
freaky.
Yeah, super freaky. Can you imagine? You know, you like this guy, he's really nice, he's in clothes, suddenly, you know, he's got no clothes on, and so... What the hell? What? Ah! No. That's not right. No. You just would know. I mean, you have to be gently led to this kind of experience, don't you?
And that's what led to Sense and Sensibility?
That inspired her to ask me to adapt a Jane Austen novel.
I see that bridge. I see that.
And one does have to wonder if Jane Austen ever saw a penis.
Yeah, one does wonder. Well, it was a different time.
I've never wondered that out loud before.
There you go. It was a different time.
Yeah.
All right, we need another break because they're gonna kill me. Everybody, give it up for Dame Emma Thompson. Check out the new series. It's called Down Cemetery Road, and it's available now on Apple TV with new episodes dropping each week.